Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation first impression and wear test on the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. I do have 4 shades that I plan on swatching with you guys, so if you would like to see an application and a 10-hour wear test, please keep watching. I'm just going to go ahead and prep my skin with some primer, and then while my primers sink in, I will read you guys some information about this foundation. So I'm going to go in first with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 Priming Spray. I'm almost out. I need to get another one. And then on top of that, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Water Drop Primer, and this is in the scent Coconut. Face just got like bright red from that primer. Okay, so let's talk about the packaging first. So it just comes in a stick foundation, but it's just like a nude shade with a little bit of like a rose gold, and then it just has some information right here. It also says Revolution and Makeup Revolution London, and then it is a twist up. So there's the packaging. So I'm going to jump between the Ulta website and the Makeup Revolution website because there's different information on both. I purchased mine from Ulta personally, and this retails for $9. It's actually on sale right now for $6.30. It has 4 stars out of 5. It says easy to apply stick formula, blends seamlessly into skin, leaves a fresh and dewy finish, cruelty-free and vegan. Foundation just got faster. Makeup Revolution's fast-based stick foundation quickly perfects, contours, and highlights your complexion. So I'm definitely going to be trying that because, like I said, I do have 4 shades. This says twist up, swipe on, and blend out with fingers, a beauty sponge, or your favorite foundation brush. So that's everything on Ulta. Okay, sliding over to the Makeup Revolution website. This foundation also comes in 18 shades. It basically says the exact same thing as Ulta. This has 882 reviews. It also has 4 stars out of 5. And I thought I remember seeing more information over here, but I guess not. It's basically the same as Ulta. They just have the shade, like the entire shade range. I don't think Ulta does. Yeah, Ulta does not carry the entire shade range, at least online. Like maybe in store they do, but definitely not online. I guess that's it. Let's go ahead and swatch all the shades so we can see. I'll start lightest to darkest. So the first shade I have is F1, which I figured we could use as like a highlight, I guess. So here's F1. I should have swatched these before I applied my primers. So, you know, I was actually thinking that and I was like, no, it'll be okay, but then I have F4. They do feel like really creamy on my skin. Like it does feel like it's just gonna like blend in seamlessly like they said. Next I have F10. That one's a pretty good shade match, I think. And then so I was afraid of, like, every time I put anything like darker on my skin tone, my lighting changes. And then I have F12, which is the darkest shade that I have. So here are all 4 shades. I think I could probably mix F10 and F12. I'm going to try to use all 4, so bear with me, we'll see. But these are the swatches again. So I think what I'm going to do is just apply the foundation everywhere and then blend one side in with a brush and one side in with my damp sponge. Yeah, because I want to do like the highlight and contour thing with these foundations. So I'm going to start off with the shade F12, which is the darkest shade that I have, and I'm going to use that on the outer perimeter of my face. And this says it's for medium/dark skin tones with a neutral undertone. So let's start off with this one. And like I said, I'm just going to go all the way around. And then I'm going to basically put it everywhere that I would contour. I don't know how this is gonna work on my nose, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so that's F12. Like I said, I think I could use this shade for my all over shade, but then I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade, which is F1. This says for fair skin tones with neutral undertones. So this is gonna be like my highlighting shade. So we'll go right underneath the eye and a little bit on the chin. I don't know if I have room to get it on my nose. And then I'm gonna go in with F4. This says for light skin tones with neutral undertones. And I'm just gonna apply this like right below the lightest shade. And then maybe a little bit, oh, I just realized I didn't put that over there. There we go. And then I'm gonna take the F4 shade and go right underneath that just to lighten it up. I don't think I've ever put so many shades on my face at once before. And then I'm gonna take the F10 shade. You guys, I don't even know what I'm doing here. And I'm just gonna put that in all the spots that basically there's an open space. It's like so creamy. It's like kind of melting. I got all the open spaces. Okay, so starting off with a brush, I'm gonna have to like jump between brushes. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M409 first, and I don't know if I should just mix them all together or what. Okay, so I'm gonna start off blending out the darkest shade. Oh, ooh, pretend like I didn't do that because I forgot. So I'm gonna do this brush, this side with the brush. It's really hard to only, I always see people do this, you know, where they blend out the darkest shade first and it doesn't seem like they have any problems when they put all the stuff on their face, but it's kind of hard to only blend out the dark shade. Okay, and then it's blending out like really nice. So it's literally just like melting into my skin. Okay, I'm gonna switch brushes. I'm just gonna use this. I got this off of eBay a few years ago and I really like it. I'm gonna use this one for the lighter shades. Like the way this just melts into the skin is seriously amazing. It makes me want to get like a deeper shade to use for like bronzer because that looks beautiful. Like just the way it melts, like I would love to use it for bronzer. And then I'm gonna try to do half of my forehead. Okay, so here's this side, blended out completely with a brush. Love it. I love it. I love it with a brush. It looks so good. I think I just got a little bit too much product up here. I'm gonna have to go over with a sponge. Also, just to let you know, I don't really have any skin issues right now. I'm normally like dry to normal skin in case you're new to my channel. Finally got rid of that pimple that wouldn't go away for like the past month. So yeah, my skin is pretty good at the moment. So I really like this side with the brush. It looks so good. So now I'm gonna go in with my damp Wet n Wild sponge and I guess I'm gonna do the dark first. I think if I decide to do this again, I'm gonna do like one shade at a time instead of putting them all on my face. I don't know how people do that. Not gonna lie, I don't really like it with a sponge. Like, I feel like I would apply it everywhere with the brush and then go over with a sponge just to get any of the like additional product, but yeah, I'm not really loving it. It's not really blending out that well with the sponge in my opinion. Okay, and then start doing the lightest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like that. I have too much over here. It's like getting in my hairline. That's my bad, but I might have to take a makeup wipe and get it out. Brush side, love, 10 out of 10. Sponge side, 5 out of 10. Not a big fan. So I'm just gonna go over with the foundation brush just to make sure it's like completely blended out. And two, I feel like I was able to keep the dark colors together and then the light colors together with the brush and with the sponge. They kind of just like all mixed together, which would be fine if I was only using one shade, but. All right, so here's what my skin looks like with all 4 shades. I mean, this is kind of like one and done. I don't even think I necessarily need to go in with concealer, you know, because I was able to do basically all my contour, highlighting, and foundation, my entire base with just the foundation sticks, which I really like. So I'll probably just do like a light concealer. Yeah. And this is what my skin looks like up close. It looks really nice. I'm really impressed by this foundation. So I figured I would bust out my Makeup Revolution concealer as well. This is the Conceal and Hydrate Concealer, and this is in the shade C1. I'm just gonna use like a super light amount, and I'm just gonna hit like there, there, and there maybe. That should be enough because I pretty much did everything I needed to do with the foundation. But I just want to brighten up my face just a little bit more. Then I'm going to go in with my Morphe E45. I am just going to add a touch of cream contour. So I'm going to use this. I haven't used this in a hot minute, but this is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. I used to love this stuff. And then this is what it looks like. Ooh, it smells a little sketch, but I'm going to use it anyways. So I'm just going to use this Real Techniques brush. I thought it was going to show up a little darker than that, but I think I'm gonna have to go over with like a powder bronzer, but that's okay. In case you wanted to know the shade of this, it's in Cafe Au Slay, something like that. I don't know if there's more than just that shade. So I'm just going to use my damp sponge just to lightly blend out my nose contour. I'm going to go back in with F4 just to kind of carve out underneath here real quick. Just a little bit. Just want to make that a little bit more defined. And I'm just going to use my concealer brush just to get that line, and then I'll go back in with my foundation brush. There we go. That's pretty chiseled. Okay, so here's what my skin looks like with the foundation and concealer and a little bit of cream liquid bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows off camera, let this foundation kind of sink in a little bit so that way I can decide if I want to add powder or not, but I will be right back. I just tried to use a makeup wipe to get all the foundation out of my hairline, so it looks all crazy now, but hopefully once it dries it won't look so oily. But for brows, I used my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde. For the tails of my brows, I used this ColourPop brow pencil in the shade Bangin' Brunette. To lighten them up a little bit, I used my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This is in the shade Blonde. And then to set them, I got way too much of this in this eyebrow and it looks a little crusty, but I don't know what to do, so good thing I have bangs. But this is the NYX The Brow Glue. Yeah, I went a little overboard, so this one is a little sticky gross, but okay, so I just wanted to see if I needed to set my face, and I do feel really sticky. I mean, yeah, it's coming off of my finger. If I was gonna wear my hair up in a top knot and I didn't have to worry about my hair like blowing and getting stuck in my face, I would totally just leave it. But I am going to go ahead and set my face. So I don't have like a favorite under eye setting powder right now that's like drugstore friendly. So I'm just going to use my Becca under eye brightening setting powder. I do feel like this foundation though gave me a really nice like dewy look, so I 100% agree with that claim. Now to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use this Flower Beauty powder. I busted this out a couple days ago and I'm obsessed again. This is the Flower Miracle Glow Satin Finishing Powder. It says it has an ambient glow and it minimizes the appearance of imperfections. I love the glow of this. I think I said it in the last video I use this in, that if you have oily skin but you still want a glow to your skin and you want to like trick people, you know what I mean? You could totally use this so you could still set your face so you're not getting oily, but it also has the glow in it. So, but I just love it. The only thing I don't like is this packaging is so big and bulky and it's just like obnoxious. So I wish like the packaging was different, but I have to get rid of that nice little glow right there. Okay, this is what my skin looks like with the foundation, concealer, and powder. I think it looks really, really, really nice. I'm anxious to see how well this holds up in the next 10 hours, but I'm loving it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the call time, and this took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back and let you guys know, but it is 1:09 right now, so I'm gonna be keeping this foundation on until 11 p.m. tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll come back and let you guys know how everything went on and how I'm feeling. Alright, so I'm back. I finally finished my makeup, so I'm gonna let you guys know everything that I used. For lips, I used the Gerard Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Bel Air. It's a really nice, like, kind of deeper mauve-y shade. Then I used MAC Saint Germain. I thought it would go well with the blush that I picked out. And then I tried this out in a recent first impressions video, and like, I don't think I like the formula. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't think I like the formula. I think it makes my lips look patchy, and yeah, I'm just not feeling it. I think I have to wear it by itself with nothing underneath besides like a lip liner, but this is the NYX. This is Milky Gloss, and this is in the shade Milk It Pink. Yeah, I don't know. For bronzer, I just used a tiny bit, but this is the Makeup Revolution bronzer, and this is the Mega Bronzer in 02 Warm. It's hands down one of my favorite bronzers at the moment. Then I busted this out, and I know this is expired, but I wanted a hot pink blush. This is the, it even says new on it, and it's not. But this is the Wet n Wild Fergie blush. Do you guys remember this? This is in this shade Brush with Danger, and it's just like a really pretty kind of blue undertone pink, which I thought was perfect for the Saint Germain MAC lipstick. And then for highlighter, I used this BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette, and I just took the shades Serenity and Mirage. So let me see if I can show you guys. I took this shade and then I mixed it with this one. And then for my eyeshadow, I used that shade, this shade, and then on the lid I used this glitter shade. So those are called Canyon, Dune, and Terrain for my eyeshadow. For mascara, I used my Lash Paradise primer from L'Oreal. Then I went in with the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara, not waterproof, I know, who am I? And then, I don't know, I just wanted to mix these two mascaras just to see what I would get, and like, I don't like them mixed together, but I use the Revlon So Fierce mascara. This is like my new favorite. I like this too, but by themselves. I don't really like them mixed. And I think that's everything on my face. Oh, to set my face, I used my MAC Fix Plus and then my Morphe setting spray as well. So here's what my skin looks like after all my makeup is applied. I'm really happy with how my makeup turned out, like 100%. Like, I love it. I think it still looks nice and dewy. I'm telling you, that powder from Flower Beauty is amazing. But also the foundation is like really nice. I love that it just like, it's been a while, or I don't know, maybe never, like a foundation has melted into my skin as well as as this Makeup Revolution stick foundation. I don't really use a lot of stick foundations, and I'm like totally blown away by that formula, and just I'm like literally obsessed with it. And what was the other thing I was going to mention? Oh, the only thing I did notice up close is I probably won't use the foundation as like a concealer anymore, because I noticed it started to cake up a little bit right here, because my under eyes are super finicky, and if I put too much product underneath there, if I don't put certain products underneath there, it'll kind of build up and get a little cakey. That's just how like my under eyes are. They're just not a good time, but but other than that, that's the only thing I wanted to point out. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here, and I will see you guys back for my 4-hour check-in, and I'll let you guys know how everything's holding up. I'll probably do an iPhone check-in first, so that way we can get like different lighting, different camera angles, you know, just like different aspects of this foundation, different lighting, different camera source, like all of the above. So yeah, I'll see you guys back here in a few hours. Hey guys, so I'm here for my first check-in. I've had this foundation on for 4 hours. I love it. It is so good. I've already texted like everybody to go buy it. Like I'm literally obsessed. It's going to be my new favorite foundation for a hot minute. But I'm filming on my iPhone with natural light because I want to give you guys like a different perspective of this foundation, because I know like my Diva ring light can kind of smooth everything out, and I feel like the iPhone's really good at capturing like what stuff really looks like. So here's just a quick glimpse, and I can't decide if the shininess right here is from the Flower Beauty powder or it's from the foundation. I think it might be a combination of both, but my skin looks really healthy. Like I love it. Hey guys, so I'm here for my 8-hour check-in. It's actually my 9-hour check-in. I was on the phone with one of my friends, and you guys know how that is. Like 30 minutes turns into like 2 hours. So I am 51 minutes late for my 8-hour check-in, but I wanted to jump on here and give you guys an update. I honestly haven't looked in the mirror in a while, so I don't really know. I can definitely see the shine on my forehead. Oh, okay, I do have dry to normal skin, so me being really oily, this is oilier than usual because my bangs like make my forehead oily, but not like this. This is like an unusual amount of oil for me. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna powder with you guys. Like, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. This is my favorite drugstore powder. It's from Rimmel, and this is the Stay Matte. Sorry, I don't know if you can see it. This is the Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and it's in the shade Transparent. I've been using this probably off and on for, I'm gonna go with at least like 8 years. So I do really like it, so I'm gonna be using that. And then this is just a Morphe G8, so I'm just gonna tap in there. I wonder if like the oiliness came from like the MAC Fix Plus possibly, but I'm just gonna tap that in. Yeah, I haven't been that oily ever in my life. So I'm gonna fix all these spots with some powder and then really look up close and see how it's looking. I did eat and drink things, so like the makeup around my mouth is gonna be a little messed up. But we'll see. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let me zoom you guys in. So here is up close after 8 hours of wear and a little bit of powder. Okay, so now I'm just gonna look. Oh my gosh, my forehead still looks really good. I guess I did have like a dry patch right here that kind of clung to, but no biggie. The rest of it still looks really good. I do feel like I put a little bit too much product on my forehead, but I'll just know to use a little less next time. But you guys, like me adding that powder literally made my skin look like I just applied this foundation. It looks so good. Like it looks like it looks like I just put it on. Like this looks like my like end of my first clip when I said, hey, I'm gonna see you guys in 4 hours. Like this is what my skin looked like 8 hours ago. That's crazy. It looks so good. I mean, it did go in this laugh line, but almost every foundation I have, it goes in there. So I always just kind of like rub it out with my finger. But Other than that, it looks really good. Around my mouth, like I said, is just a little because I've been eating and drinking and moving around. So the foundation did kind of break up around my mouth, but my cheeks and my forehead, like I always check my forehead first because I have forehead lines that go across and I hate it when foundation gets stuck in there and you can really see them. This did not. Like at all. It looks so good. Like my forehead looks so smooth, which I guess it doesn't really matter because I have bangs, but like that is like the number one thing I always look for. My nose looks good. Literally everywhere looks good except for like this area, which whatever. But I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed. I have no words. I love this foundation. So I'll see you guys back here in about an hour or so for my final check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back for my final check-in. It is 11 o'clock, 11:07, and yeah, it looks perfect. Like, I love it. It looks so good even after I powdered, because you know, sometimes if you powder, then it starts getting oily. It's like you gotta powder on the hour every hour, and it's been like an hour and a little over an hour and I still look fine. Like I would be perfectly fine just leaving it like this. So I definitely think it's a long wearing. Love, definitely keep a powder with you to touch up because like I said, I'm normal to dry skin and I got really oily. So here's a quick close-up of what my skin looks like after 10 hours of wear. But yeah, I definitely recommend this Makeup Revolution. I keep wanting to call it First Base, but it's Fast Base Stick Foundation. Love it. I'll put all the claims and everything in my description box in case you just want another run through on that. I'll put the price and the shades that I have and everything in my description box. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you tried out this foundation and what you think. It's definitely my new favorite. It's gonna be my go-to for the next few weeks. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this foundation first impression and wear test, and I will see you guys in my next video.